Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Y Tabert, and this is my mechanics presentation. When you start the game, you will land on this ship. While on this ship, you will be surrounded by water. The ship is the main mechanic, the water is a secondary mechanic, and firing the cannon is a secondary mechanic. You will want to collect coins, but you do not have to. Your main objective is getting to the central keep and claiming the throne. When we press F, we will enter or exit the ship, as well as you saw, if you right click, you will be able to fire the cannon. You will notice that these coins are over here. We'll have to navigate to these coins, stop, get off, now we're not on it, and we are able to then collect the coin and get back on the ship. Now, as we are moving, you will notice that the water is also moving. You will also notice that, let's say I go back, and now I let go of the S key, which I did, I was still moving. That is because I had implemented a few things such as drag coefficients, buoyancy coefficients, water force, current speed, current force, and a lot of other small things that I'll go into it, like pontoons and masts, and just a lot of other physics bits that actually go into the mechanics and make it more enjoyable. A little demonstration of that while demonstrating my secondary mechanic of cannon fire is you will notice we will experience recoil. You will also notice that there is a smoke cloud, and you will also notice that there is sound effects with that. And we could collect this, but we're going to proceed. We could go to that village, but we shall proceed. Now, as we are coming upon shore, you will notice that, oh wait, we can't go upon shore with the ship. Makes sense, and that is by design. Now, while on shore, you also notice that it just messed up. Now the ship does go away because of the current in the water, but it stays long enough that if you make an error like I did, you can get back to it in time, or if you need to go explore, you can get back to it in time. Or if you just park it correctly, then the current won't affect you. But that all comes into play. Now, as we then proceed, we will come upon another ship, and this is just representing there's an obstacle in the way. What they had to do back in the day would then be carry the ships across land and re-enter the water upriver. Now, as we are navigating, I just want to show you, if we get too close to shore, we'll start to slow down, and we'll actually board. So we gotta keep it proper. And again, watch out for the obstacles, because if we do run into the obstacles, for example, I'm going to collect this coin right here. But as I collect the coin, I'm going to jump off, I'm going to grab it, and now let's say like I wanted to turn or something. I'm stuck. I can't go left, I can't go right. I'm actually stuck. Ah, there we go. Alright, so now we're good. Let me remove this. And also take note that there is actually a reticle on the screen, and it's only when you board the ship. If you get off the ship, it's no longer there, and that's just to help you judge distance in cannon fire. Oops, they only last for 2 seconds, but there we go. Now we are entering the central keep. I'm just gonna do one of these very stylish entrances. We will then proceed to the central keep where the throne is, but before I do that, I just wanted to point out in the top left once more that I am counting coins collected, ships destroyed, and shots fired. I am also counting down the time that it takes to get to the central keep and claim the throne. And additionally, there are 2 other paths with varying levels of difficulty and challenges, but all interact with this mechanic in a unique and enjoyable way. With that being said, I appreciate you watching my video, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your year and enjoy. Thank you, and cheers. Now, brief overview of my mechanics, as there are quite a lot of them, and we will start with some of the more important things, which is we're checking if we are the boat, the validity of it, and then basically what's happening is either if we are the boat, then we're reattaching all the player movement controls and things of that nature, and then becoming that player again, as well as all the UI. And if it's not valid, it's the same thing, and we're just doing it in the opposite direction. We are becoming the boat because we are not the boat, and we are attaching to a socket, and we are enabling all of the players' input mapping keys to become the boat input mapping keys and work for the boat. And again, like if you want to see real quick, here's the input mapping keys and all of the different things that I did for that little bit. And then we have the force and we have the torque, again, front and back, side to side. We have the cannon firing action and how that works. It's very simple, so I'm trying to get through all of it. Player and dying UI, the menu toggle, again, are we on the boat menu, you know, like being able to do it on the boat menu or not being on the boat menu. This is how we were tracking time for time by frame. And then additionally, now in the boat, just some more stuff like over here. This is where we're actually using a different widget to know if we're on the boat, and then if we're in the boat, and if we're not, that's what's giving you the information of how to do those things. And then this is really where we're getting the interact, overlap, and some of the reticles and things like that. This is where the muzzle flash is coming, and also, oh yeah, and here's where all the buoyancy stuff is. Some of the buoyancy stuff, the coefficients, and you know, like for example, let's just do like pontoons or whatever, and this is how I kind of place my pontoons and index them. Cannonball, super simple, you know, spawn, transform, destroy if it's a cannonball, destroy if it's, you know, whatever I'm checking. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed weekend.